All right. So you wanted to know more about how to communicate better in network marketing.
Yeah.
And I think we found some really interesting stuff
Okay.
for you today. We checked out a couple of podcast episodes
Uh-huh.
with Keith and Tom,
Right.
Big Al Schreiter,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
and they had some cool stuff
Mm-hmm.
about like magic phrases that can really make a big difference,
Yeah.
especially like right away in those first few seconds.
It's amazing how much emphasis those guys put on that. Like those first 10 seconds.
Yeah,
Big Al really hammers it home. Like it really sets the stage for everything.
right. It's like that first impression
Yeah.
really matters.
Yeah.
And he calls it the 10-second rule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense when you think about it. Everyone's attention span is so short these days.
Right.
You got to capture them right away.
And it goes beyond just getting their attention. It's
Yeah.
whether they even register what you're saying.
Uh-huh.
He says those first few words really determine.
If they're going to keep listening or just tune you out.
So let's say I'm at like a networking event.
Yeah.
What would be like a good magic phrase to use?
So if you're talking to someone
Yeah.
and they're looking stressed and overwhelmed,
Which is like everyone these days.
right, you could say something like,
Yeah.
"Can I show you how to get more done
Okay.
in less time?"
Ooh.
Right.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's direct. It promises a solution.
Right.
It really hits home for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm already interested. What makes that so effective?
So it flips the focus.
Yeah.
Instead of talking about yourself or your product, you're immediately addressing their needs and desires.
Oh, that's smart.
Like, what's in it for me?
Right.
That's huge.
Yeah.
And by framing it as a question, you're inviting them to engage and learn more.
So you're making them curious,
Exact.
but not being pushy about it?
Right. Think about it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you be curious if someone asked you that?
Totally.
Yeah.
I'd be like, tell me more.
Exactly. It's a win-win.
Yeah, it's like you're giving them a little secret, a
Right.
little bit of intrigue
Yeah.
to keep them listening.
Exactly.
I love it. It's like a secret weapon
Yeah.
for conversations,
Right.
especially in network marketing, where it's so important to build that rapport quickly.
And once you've got their attention,
Yeah.
you got to keep them hooked.
Okay.
And Big Al talks a lot about that,
Yeah.
using phrases that just tap into
Okay.
human psychology,
Yeah.
curiosity, emotion, desire for solutions.
Yeah. People are drawn to those things, right? Like
Yeah.
secrets and solutions to their problems.
Exactly. And he creates this knowledge gap
Okay.
that the prospect just wants to fill.
Uh-huh.
Like lean in and say, "Tell me more."
Oh, I love it. Can you give me some specific examples?
So imagine you're chatting with someone
Okay.
and you just casually say, "Most people never hear about this secret."
Stop it right there.
Right.
I need to know. I want to know what the secret is.
Right.
What else?
Or you could try, "Would it be okay if I shared a quick tip that changed my life?"
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Because you're offering something valuable,
Right.
but you're not being pushy.
Yeah.
You're respectful.
It feels exclusive.
Yeah, like you're letting me in on something special.
Right.
Like a secret society or something.
Exactly.
I love that.
Yeah.
But beyond the secrets and the solutions,
Uh-huh.
don't you also need relatability?
Mm-hmm.
Like people need to feel like you understand them.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Big Al talks about using personal stories
Yeah.
to connect on a deeper level.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because stories help us relate to the speaker.
Yeah.
See ourselves in their experiences.
Exactly.
Feel like we're not alone.
And it builds trust.
Yeah.
When you share something personal, you become more human,
Yeah.
less like a salesperson.
Right.
So what he does is he identifies
Yeah.
a common problem. Okay.
And then he positions himself as someone
Uh-huh.
who's successfully overcome that.
Okay, so instead of just talking about the product,
Right.
you're sharing your journey.
Exactly.
Okay.
And inviting them along.
I like that. It's less salesy,
Yeah.
more authentic.
Right.
So for example,
Yeah.
if you're talking about time management,
Uh-huh.
instead of going into your generic pitch,
Right. You would say something like, I used to feel overwhelmed by work all the time,
okay.
but then I found a way to manage my time better. Would you like to know how?
Wow.
Right.
So it starts with a relatable problem.
Yeah.
And then you offer the solution based on your experience.
Exactly.
So it's more believable.
Yeah.
Because you've been there.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've talked about getting attention, keeping them curious,
Mhm.
building that rapport.
Uh-huh.
But let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
Yeah.
closing the deal.
Right.
How do we use these magic phrases to actually get people to say yes? That's where we go from sparking curiosity to actually guiding them
Okay.
towards a decision.
Yeah.
And Big Al emphasizes addressing unspoken objections.
Oh, interesting.
Right.
Okay.
Because a lot of times people hesitate
Uh-huh.
because they have concerns they're not sharing,
Okay.
or they're just not clear on what the next steps are.
So how do we uncover those objections without making them feel pressured?
You're right. It's all about creating that comfortable environment
Yeah.
where they feel empowered to make their own
All
decisions.
right.
And he recommends a 3-step approach.
Okay.
First, identify those hidden objections.
Okay.
What are their concerns, their fears?
Uh,
Then address those concerns directly.
Mm-hmm.
Show that you understand and respect their perspective.
Okay.
And then finally, offer solutions
Okay.
that make saying yes the natural and obvious choice.
Ooh, I like that. Can you give me an example?
Instead of a hard sell,
Yeah.
try something like, would it be okay if I helped you get started today? Right?
I like that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
gentle. It's helpful.
It's encouraging, but not pushy.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like you're offering a hand.
Yeah.
You're not pushing them.
Exactly.
It's about understanding how people make decisions.
Mm,
People don't like to feel pressured.
right.
So you have to guide them
Exactly.
instead of forcing it.
Big Al talks about using open-ended questions
Okay.
to find out
Yeah.
what the prospect really wants.
Okay.
What are the reservations?
So instead of assuming we know,
Right.
we ask.
We ask and we listen.
That makes a lot of sense. So, like, what are some good questions to ask?
Instead of launching into a sales pitch, you could try, what's holding you back from getting started?
Okay.
Right.
So that makes them think about
Yeah.
their own barriers.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Or you could try something like, if you had all the time and money in the world, what would your life look like?
Ooh, powerful.
Right.
Because it makes them think about their dreams.
Exactly.
Connect your product
Yeah.
to their aspirations.
Okay, so by asking the right questions,
Mm-hmm.
we can really understand them,
Yeah.
address their concerns,
Uh-huh.
and offer our solution.
And it's much more effective
Yeah,
than just a generic sales pitch.
for sure. But even with the best questions,
Yeah.
you're bound to run into objections.
Right.
So how do you handle those?
That's where empathy comes in.
Okay.
Big Al says objections aren't roadblocks.
Okay.
They're opportunities to understand.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I like that.
So you don't argue.
Okay.
You acknowledge their feelings
Mm-hmm.
and you offer solutions based on your shared experiences.
So you're turning a potential conflict
Yeah,
into a moment of connection.
exactly.
I like that. So let's talk about some common objections we might hear
Of course.
and how to address them.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure everyone listening has experienced this.
One of the most common is, I don't have time.
Yeah.
Who does?
Time is precious.
Right.
So instead of minimizing that concern, you could say, I totally get it. I used to feel the same way, but here's what I discovered.
Okay.
Right.
So you're acknowledging their reality,
Yeah.
sharing your own experience,
Mm-hmm.
and then you offer the solution.
You're meeting them where they are
Yeah.
and gently guiding them forward.
I love that.
Yeah.
What about, I don't know if I can do this.
Right. That's a lack of confidence,
Yeah.
fear of failure.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of just saying, sure, you can, which can sound dismissive,
Yeah.
you could try, I felt the same way when I started, but I was surprised by what I was able to achieve with the right support and guidance.
Okay. So you're normalizing their doubts,
Yeah,
offering reassurance.
exactly.
Okay. And then there's the classic, I need to think about it,
Right.
which sometimes just feels like a brush off.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're not really interested.
Yeah. So it's important to respect that. Instead of pushing for an immediate answer,
Mm-hmm.
you could say, I understand this is a big decision. What aspects would you like to think about further? Maybe I can offer some additional information.
Okay.
Right.
So you're not pushing them,
Yeah.
but you're keeping the conversation going.
You're offering your support,
Yeah.
showing that you're genuinely interested in helping them.
It's all about building that relationship. It's
In-
not just closing the sale.
Right.
I love that. And it's not just for network marketing.
No.
It's for any conversation
Any conversation.
where you want to build trust and encourage action.
Absolutely.
This is amazing stuff.
Yeah, it's really about effective communication,
Yeah.
understanding human psychology,
Hmm.
and building those genuine connections.
I'm really excited to get into some more specific examples
Yeah,
in the next part
absolutely.
of our deep dive.
There's so much more to explore.
I can't wait.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's really cool how just a few words can change how a whole conversation goes.
It's like you're speaking some secret language
Yeah,
that helps people see things in a new way.
exactly. And the best part is
Yeah.
this stuff works beyond just network marketing.
That's what I was thinking. Like these
Yeah.
skills are good for anything.
Right, like at work.
Yeah. Like when you're trying to get a raise or dealing with a conflict or just trying to really connect with someone.
Exactly. It's like you have this framework for making your conversations better.
Okay. So let's go back over what we've learned
Yeah.
so far.
All right. So first we talked about those first 10 seconds.
Right. That first impression.
You got to grab their attention.
Yeah.
Make them want to hear more.
And then we talked about using phrases that tap into psychology.
Yeah, like curiosity,
Right.
emotion,
Mm-hmm.
people wanting solutions.
Yeah. And those personal stories are so powerful.
Right. It makes you relatable,
Yeah.
builds trust.
And then for closing the deal,
Mm-hmm.
you said it was important to address those unspoken objections.
Yeah, you have to understand where they're coming from.
Right. And guide them to the decision.
Exactly. It's not about being pushy.
You
It's about helping them make the choice that's best for them.
it's about being genuine,
Yeah.
building those relationships,
Exactly.
not just trying to make a sale.
And that's why it works so well.
Yeah, when you truly want to help people.
Yeah.
It shows.
Yeah.
So what does all this mean for our listeners?
It means you can communicate better and be more successful in all parts of your life.
Not just network marketing.
Right. It all starts with wanting to learn and trying new things.
And you don't have to be like a born salesperson.
No, not at all.
Anyone can learn this stuff.
Exactly.
So don't be afraid to try out these magic phrases.
See what happens.
Yeah, see how people react.
And have fun with it.
Yeah, it's a journey,
It is.
not a destination.
Just keep practicing and be patient.
Yeah, even small changes can make a big difference
They really can.
and lead to more confidence and better relationships.
And more success overall.
Okay, so we've given you a taste of these magic phrases.
Yeah.
Now it's your turn to try them out.
Pick one and use it in your next conversation.
Yeah, and see what happens.
What do you notice?
Yeah.
Are people more interested?
More open.
Are they responding differently?
Yeah, think about what worked and what didn't.
Mm-hmm. Communication is a skill you can always improve.
Right, the more you practice,
Yeah.
the better you get.
So get out there and try these phrases.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Be yourself.
And keep learning.
You might even come up with your own magic phrases.
You never know. That's what's so great about this.
Yeah,
There's no one right way.
exactly. It's about finding what works for you.
So go experiment.
Yeah,
Have fun.
and watch your communication skills take off.
Don't forget there are people out there who need to hear what you have to say.
So share your story and connect with others.
When you communicate with clarity and confidence.
And empathy.
Yeah.
You open up a world of possibilities. And that brings us to the end of our deep dive into these magic phrases
Yeah.
for network marketing.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, we went from grabbing attention
Right.
to building rapport
Mm-hmm.
to dealing with those objections.
Yeah, and we talked about how these ideas can help you in any conversation.
Not just network marketing.
Right. Anytime you want to connect with someone and get them to see things your way.
Exactly. It's all about understanding
Yeah.
how people think.
The psychology of communication.
Yeah. And then using that to make a real difference.
Mm-hmm.
So if you had to pick just one thing
Okay.
for our listeners to take away,
Yeah.
what would it be?
Don't underestimate the power of words.
I love that.
They can really inspire people, motivate them, help build trust,
Yeah.
and open up all sorts of opportunities.
But it's not just about what you say.
No, it's how you say it.
That's why I think these magic phrases are so helpful.
They give you a way to structure your conversations so that they're engaging and authentic and persuasive.
But they're not like a magic solution.
No.
It still takes practice
Yeah.
and patience
Mm-hmm.
to see what works for you.
You got to experiment a little.
So here's what we want you to do.
Okay.
Pick one of these phrases we talked about
Yeah.
and try it out
In your next conversation,
and pay attention.
to how they respond.
Yeah, like what's their body language like?
Yeah,
Are they
well-
leaning in?
Do they seem more interested?
Yeah, are they more open to hearing what you have to say?
Then think about what happened
Yeah,
and tweak your approach based on that.
because communication is a skill.
Yeah.
You can always get better.
And the more you practice,
Yeah.
the more confident you'll be.
So go out there and try these phrases.
Have fun with it.
Be yourself
Yeah.
and always keep learning.
You might even come up with some magic phrases of your own.
Yeah, that fit your style.
Exactly.
That's what's so exciting.
There's no right or wrong answer.
So go explore. and watch your communication skills soar.
We believe in you.
And we can't wait to hear about all the amazing connections you make.
Until next time, happy networking.